Hi guys, I'm going to talk to you guys about sweatshops today and the impact that they have on the employees and the economy. The employees who work in sweatshops tend to be only children. 250 million workers under the age of 18 are currently working in some type of sweatshop around the world, and many more of them are working in sweatshops that are over the age of 18. These workers are grossly underpaid for the work that they do in the factories, and what little money they do get is not enough to cover basic food needs and basic non-food needs as well. They are forced to work around 40 to 60 hours a week with no overtime pay, and oftentimes these workers are mistreated. There was a case of a woman who worked in a factory in Bangladesh, and this woman was pregnant and started to hemorrhage. And when she asked to leave to get medical attention, she was coerced into staying because she was threatened to be fired. This woman ended up losing her child. The companies who use the sweatshops are in fact not directly employing the workers who work in the sweatshops. They're essentially buying their product from a factory in order to resell it to the customer, which is us. And in this way, the employees at the sweatshops are not the company's employees. So they are not responsible for the treatment or the wage. And this is how the companies see it. They are the ones who are employing the factory to produce a certain product. And then they're responsible for how the employees who make the product are compensated. And this is how it should be. The impacts of sweatshops in these developing countries are huge. Young children are unable to go to school because the parents are unable to provide for the family, and so the children need to help get money for the family so that they can have food and basic non-food needs as well. Because children are uneducated and do not have the opportunity to go to school because they have to help the family, the developing countries will struggle to catch up with the more advanced countries because of the lack of education in the population. And socially, the employees are not loyal to the companies they are working for, and they are only working there because they are coerced and they need money. A few companies that are known to us that use sweatshops are Nike, Walmart, Children's Place, Nordstrom, and Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret mission statement that I took from their website is, quote, "Limited Brands is committed to building a family of the world's best fashion brands, offering captivating customer experiences that drive long-term loyalty and deliver sustained growth for our shareholders," end quote. They do not make any mention of their employees, so they are not directly violating their own mission statement, but they are making it very easy for them to justify with sweatshops by saying that they are looking to, quote, "deliver sustained growth for the shareholders." A couple of sentences of Nike's ethics statement that I also got from their website is, quote, "Our greatest responsibility as a global company is to play a role in bringing about positive systemic change for our workers within our supply chain and in the industry." They say that their first priority is to their employees, and not only their direct employees, but the ones on their supply chain, which means the ones who work in the factories. The companies who are using sweatshops are being highly unethical, and they're not thinking of their workers' lives, and they do not care about what they're going through. They are treating them like animals. And no one wants to work in the types of conditions that sweatshop workers deal with every day. There are over 250 million workers who are trying to support themselves and their families, but they are failing because of the low wages and impossible working conditions. If sweatshops were abolished, there's evidence that unemployment would actually decrease. There would be more of a willingness to work and more of a desire to work for the company that you apply to. And if wages were raised in the sweatshops, and no employees were fired or laid off, then there would be less of a need for children to help their parents to provide for the house. So then these children would be able to attend school and receive a proper education. There would also be more employee loyalty to the companies that they would be working for as well. Thanks, guys.